Hey everybody out there, this is Seto Kaiba from your Yu-Gi-Oh! Chat channel, and today guys, like I promised a lot of you guys last week because you guys have been asking me for a deck profile of this, today guys we're going to be doing the Horus the Black Flame Dragon level 8 deck profile guys. Horus the Black Flame Dragon, back when it originally came out, back I think it was in 03, 04, I want to say maybe 05, it was my first competitive deck I ever really played with. When I got in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Up to that time, I've been playing with beatdown style decks, and I've been playing with early Gravekeeper variants. But it wasn't until I got my hands on Horus the Black Flame Dragon level 8 did I really become a little bit more competitive in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Even though that was over a decade ago. That was a long time ago. But I rebuilt the deck, guys, about 3 to 4 years ago, and I've been playing with the deck ever since. It's a more of a casual style deck I play with, but it has a lot of good memories in it for me. And I really love playing with this deck. The deck is, before I start the deck profile guys, the deck is a synchro variant of Horus the Black Flame Dragon deck, so it can synchro into a lot of dragon type monsters. It's kind of a beat down synchro deck, but its main boss monster is still Horus the Black Flame Dragon. So without further ado guys, let's get started on the Horus the Black Flame Dragon deck profile. So guys, first off we run 3 Horus the Black Flame Dragon level 6. Horus the Black Flame Dragon level 6 can single-handedly win you the duel. He is unaffected by all spell cards. That is his effect. The only technicality to that is he can be affected by, as I'll show you guys here, because somebody always asks me this in the comment section, is level up does affect Horus level 6 because technically it targets the name. You can look up the card ruling, but from what I understand and after playing this deck for so many years, level up does affect Horus level 6. But things like Book of Moon, Dark Hole, Smashing Ground, a Lance, if they try to lower his attack are unaffected. So he's unaffected by all those cards, which is a very good thing. I've had people Dark Hole my field, and my Horus, the level 6, stays on the field. Also, just on a little side note here, guys, this is actually my original Horus the Black Flame Dragon level 6, this middle one right here, that I had when I originally built the Horus deck all those years ago. So, next up, guys, we run 3 Masked Dragons. Masked Dragon is your mask searcher for this deck. He helps you search things out like Delta Flyer if you want to go into tuning. He helps you search out things like Exploder Dragon to get out of sticky situations. He can also search out Dreaded Dragon, but usually I don't search that out. Also, one of the good combinations you can do with Masked Dragon if you have 2 Masked Dragon in hand is you can let one die. If they're not going to attack you for the rest of the turn, you let the one destroyed die, and you search out, excuse me here guys, oops, where'd it go? Delta Flyer. So you can get Delta Flyer on the field, normal summon another Masked Dragon or an Alexandrite Dragon, and make a level 8, level 7 Synchro monster. So this is some cool combos you can do with Masked Dragon, and it helps thin your deck out and search it. So next up we run 3 Alexander Dragons. Now before you guys say, well, why the heck are you running 3 Alexander Dragons? It's just a 2000 vanilla. That is because we run a certain card in this deck. Like I stated earlier, we run Solidarity in this deck. So with Solidarity, if Solidarity is on the field and you just have 1 Solidarity, he becomes just a 28 beat stick. And 28 attack can get over a lot of different monsters out there. And since you can just normal summon a 28 beat stick, that's pretty dang good. So that's why you run 3 of these guys, but you also can use them for exceeding and synchroing too. Next up, your main tuner of the deck, guys, is Delta Flyer. Like I stated earlier, it can be searched out with Masked Dragon. You can synchro up with Masked Dragon, Alexander Dragon, or any other type of monsters you have in the deck. Next, we run 2 Horus level 4. You have to remember that we have Solidarity in this deck. So I know my math is not correct, but I think his attack would be somewhere around between 22, 23 attack with Solidarity out in the field. So he can run over things if Solidarity is out on the field. Second off, if you don't want to do that, you can use him for exceeding or synchroing. It helps you level up to get level 6 out, so you can get level 8 out after that. So it comes in handy. Next up, we run just 2 generic, I guess you could say 2 generic dragon type monsters here. We run Lance Worm and Blizzard Dragon. Blizzard Dragon, these are both 18 attackers, but Lance Dragon can get very big and be a very big piercer if you have Solidarity on the field. Blizzard Dragon just comes in handy for his effect, but either one you can synchro or exceed with. Next up, we run one Divine Dragon of the Apocalypse. The reason this card is in this deck is because you can get things back like Red MD if Red MD got destroyed, Horus the Black Flame Dragon, because you only want to run one Horus the Black Flame Dragon because it can get very cloggy in your hand. So Dragon Divine Apocalypse helps you reuse cards like Horus level 8 and other things like that. But he also can be an 18 beater with Solidarity, and he can be used for Exceed and Synchroing. Next up, one Exploder Dragon to get out of sticky situations you find yourself in. One Dreaded Dragon. I like Dreaded Dragon. It's a level 2 tuner. With Solidarity, it becomes a 19 beater, but also for the fact that sometimes I just want either a Mass Dragon or a Dreaded Dragon to set on the field, get a search off, so I can activate Solidarity next turn. You want a dragon in the grave as quickly as you can when you have Solidarity in hand so you can start using your beat stick power. And the king of the deck, the boss of the deck, my original Horus the Black Flame Dragon level 8 that I got out of the pack it came out in. I can't remember, it's been so many years, but I've had this guy for over a decade now. Horus the Black Flame Dragon level 8 says no to all spell cards, and I mean all spell cards. You can say no as many times as you want to. I have last format and even this format, when I play against people that play spell books and I get Horus the Black Flame Dragon out, right quick early on in the duel, I just say negate, 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 negate. And if you get Royal Decree out, he's just that much more harder to get over. The only thing that really can hurt him is Effect Veiler when you have a Royal Decree and Horus the Black Flame Dragon lockdown going. And with Solidarity, he just becomes a ginormous beat stick. But such a good card. You don't want to run more than 2 because it can get very cloggy. There's ways to recycle it, like I said, Dragon Divine Apocalypse, and we have level modulation, which I'll show you guys later. Next, one Red MD, because this is a dragon deck, and this is pretty much the best generic dragon out there, I would say. One Strong, the Wind Dragon. Now, this is something I tried out actually a long time ago when I was playing with online. And I finally got this card eventually. I got around to getting it. But this card is so good in this deck. Pretty much, it's a tribute monster, which is kind of a downside. But you can tribute this monster, get the monster half the monster's attack, so he becomes a bigger beater. But with Solidarity, I've had this guy go up to like 36, 37, 4,000. Just ridiculous attack. And he's very, very good in this deck. When you get Solidarity out in the field and he's out in the field, ooh, he just gets so big. He's just so fun to play with 2 at 1. One Prime Material Dragon just to protect your dragons. If you get Horus out, if you can sacrifice another dragon or another monster and you have Prime Material in hand, you want to get Prime Material out because it helps you protect Horus. And plus he can become a big beater too. For your spells, we run 3 Solidarity. This card, I know it limits your extra deck, but the dragons just get so big, and you can just run over you can run roughshod over your opponent so much. You can run, I run 2 MST. You can run 2 Forbidden Lance. I've tried that out in the deck before, but personally I like running MST if they somehow affect Veiler and they go Fiendish Chain or Breakthrough Skill or something of that nature. Mystical Space Typhoon comes in handy. You can use Forbidden Lance if you want to, go right ahead, but I prefer my 2 MST, especially if I'm going against macro decks. 2 level ups. Level up, like I stated earlier, it targets level 6. From what I understand, that's correct. I've done my research on that. That should be correct. But level up, you can target Horus the Black Flame Dragon level 4 and level 6 with it. Some people don't like running this card, but I like it at 2. It comes in handy. 2 Smashing Grounds. This is one of the new things I'm trying out in the deck is 2 Smashing Grounds, so you can just get more destroying your opponent's monsters and attacking them directly. So I'm running 2 Smashing Ground. I'm testing out Lance. I'm testing out a whole bunch of different cards with these 2 Smashing Grounds here. So I'm testing other cards, but as of right now, I'm just running 2 Smashing Ground. I'm also, I will say, with the Smashing Grounds, I'm teching in things like Pot of Avarice and Shard of Greed, trying to get the deck to have a little bit more draw power and a little bit more speed. I run 1 Swords of Revealing Light also because sometimes you do want to stall in this deck, and Sword of the Revealing Light comes in handy a lot. So we just run one of those. One Book of Moon and one Dark Hole as your one-ofs right there. Also, I've always said this in all my videos, this is my Spanish Dark Hole, and I run the Spanish Dark Hole because I always believe it gives me good luck when I'm playing Horus the Black Flame Dragon decks. So that's why I have it. Just a little thing there. Next up, I won one Level Modulation. Level Modulation is like a Monster Reborn for your level up monsters. So if Horus the Black Flame Dragon dies, you can use Level Modulation to bring it back. It does lose its effects for that turn, so you couldn't negate spells, but at the end of the turn, it regains its effect. So its effect comes back after the end of the turn. So you have to be careful about that. Next up, I won one Golden Sarcophagus. This is something I'm trying out also in the deck, so you can search out key pieces like Solidarity or Royal Decree, but one Golden Sarcophagus comes in handy. And your ace in the hole, if anything, goes, if the deck just is not having a good day, you just go Dragon's Mirror and get 5-headed dragon out. So that's why we run Dragon's Mirror. And for your traps, you run the standard Horus the Black Flame Dragon Royal Decree lock. If you get this out and Horus the Black Flame Dragon level 8 out, pretty much you're sure to win the game, especially if you have Solidarity out as well. On to the extra deck, guys. The extra deck is small because with Solidarity we have to run a small extra deck because of dragons, but feel free if there's any other dragons you want to add to this deck, go right ahead. So we run one Queen Dragon's Dai-Jin, great card to have in this deck. We run one for your level 3. We run one number 17 Leviathan Dragon. For your level 8 Synchros, we run Stardust Dragon, Scrap Dragon, Red Dragon Archfiend. Remember, it has to all be dragons in this deck because we want Solidarity to still have its effect. For your level 7s, we run Exploder Dragon, which is a very, very good card. If you get Solidarity out on the field and you get Exploder Dragon Wing, this card can be very good. This card was actually used in 5Ds when somebody told me about this last format, last time I profiled this deck, but Jack Atlas used this card, Exploder Dragon Wing. It's a very, very good card. Look it up. We also won one Iron Chain Dragon if we can have to go into a level 5. For your fusions, you run your one 5-headed dragon, great card. And lastly, we run one Gagaga Cowboy, just if we're going for game. Okay? So, that's the Horus deck, guys. I hope you guys all enjoyed my Horus the Black Flame Dragon level 8 deck profile. Like I said before, this is one of my more favorite casual decks to play because it has a lot of good nostalgia with it, and it brings back a lot of good memories from when I originally played the deck when I was younger. But till next time, guys, take care, have fun dueling, good luck dueling, and I'll see you guys next time. Seto Kaiba, I'm out here, guys.